Government either arises out of the people or over the people. Thomas Paine. Mr. President, I rise in opposition to this bill. Mr. President, this week, the people of Michigan learned about a local act and that it required a 2/3 majority. Today, we are learning about a special act which is retroactively applicable in a way that impairs vested rights of the citizens of Michigan. As a member of the legislature, I support the legislature's right to enact laws to provide for the welfare of the people of Michigan. However, our right to enact laws is subject to our Constitution and well-established principles regarding whether a law can impair rights that have already been vested in the prior law. What does this bill do? It ends a union that was formed under the prior law. It impairs the obligation of contract formed relative to that union. It creates a special act aimed at that union. Moreover, it's just flat out wrong. Well-established principles. The legislature lacks the power, under well-established principles, the legislature lacks the power to retroactively impair the vested rights of citizens. Since at least 1939, in the case of Stott v. Stott, this has been the law of Michigan, and this has been reaffirmed many times since in cases like Priest versus Canada Life Insurance. Here's the rule. Retroactive statutes curing defects in act done are valid where the legislature originally had authority to confer the power or authorize the acts. Now watch this, because this is where it gets good. Except where it is attempted to impair vested rights. In this case, there is no question that the pure purpose of this bill is to overturn the results of a union election authorized and conducted under the extensive law that governs such elections. In addition to the union itself, many laws of Michigan citizens have relied on the election held under the prior law. They have purchased homes and automobiles and sent children to college in reliance on contracts formed under the law. Contracts and the honoring of them is a fundamental prerequisite for the advancement of society. There is no question that we are overturning the arrangements those people made under the current law. Mr. President, I have laid out an important legal argument, but I hope that we never lose sight of the fact that this is wrong, plain wrong. In other cases, if I may say so, Mr. President, Newt Gingrich has a better chance of building a lunar colony on Mars than this bill does of meeting the legal test. Don't vote for it. It's unconstitutional. It's illegal. Say no. Thank you, Mr. President, and I'd like my words to be printed in the journal.
Hearing no objection, your remarks will be recorded in the journal. Would you like that recorded as your no vote explanation? Yes. That is your